Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin. Oh, heck it, you guys know me already. I'm here to tell you that I am deeply sorry and I am doing better to serve you from this day forward. That is my promise. If you would like to know what I mean by that, please do stay tuned to the video. This is a little episode of my Twin Flame story week by week, my Twin Flame vlog, or whatever you want to call it. It may transform from this day forward into something different. I'm not quite sure at this point, but I do know something that I haven't known for the past 2 years. So if you'd like to find out, please do stay with me here. So I went to a Tony Robbins event. If you don't know who Tony Robbins is, please do look him up. I went to a Tony Robbins event. It was my third event with Tony Robbins and my second live event with Tony Robbins. And I just got back on Monday, so a week ago and some change. And I had some epiphanies during this event that really I was relieved to have, in all honesty. And in fact, I'm wearing this shirt because of that. Do you see the love shirt? This is the exact same shirt I was wearing when I filmed the 14 Twin Flame Signs video that probably brought you to my channel. I'm not 100% sure, but it probably brought you to my channel. And I filmed that video in February of 2019. Right now, it is November of 2022. And a lot has happened since that time. A lot has changed. And in fact, when I produced that video in February 2019, I had no clue whatsoever that my channel was going to transform into a channel that caters more toward twin flames. At that time, and I know some of you have heard this story before, so please bear with me through this mini story. It's a mini version. I was doing videos more on the spiritual journey, spirituality, the chakras, yoga, meditation, mindfulness, looking into yourself. So more psychology type videos and spiritually based videos. Little did I know that I would be placing most of my focus on twin flames and twin flame videos. So I want to just be raw here in my apology to you, because for the past 2 years, or since about January of 2020, I've been on a very strange journey with my YouTube channel because I have a lot of ideas of what I want to teach, but I had no real direction. And I know for a fact that that lack of direction was somehow portrayed on my channel and in my videos. And it's for that I want to apologize to you, because if I did not know my outcome, if I was lacking in direction as to where the content was going on my channel, then I wasn't serving you to the best way possible that I could serve you. And it's not for lack of trying. It's not for lack of really moving through the internal process of trying to find a direction. It's just that I couldn't find a direction. I spent very little time looking at other twin flame YouTube channels, perhaps to my detriment, but I did it because I wanted to carve my own path. And I do believe that I did it in some respect to my own detriment. But in the end, when we get to this point where I am at today, speaking to you, I really don't think that any of that matters, because I know now the direction that this channel is headed toward. And I am about 150% certain of where it needs to go. And it was amazing. It was truly amazing that I've been searching for this since about January of 2020. Now, if you go back and view some of the videos that I produced in January of 2020 and in February of 2020, I was trying to do manifestation videos. I was trying to go back to my roots of doing the law of intention, spirituality, meditation, affirmations, all of the things that I was taught for years and years and years by my mentors Dr. Deepak Chopra, Dr. Wayne Dyer, Dr. David Simon, and others. But I was really trying to go back to my roots of what I had learned to be able to teach it to you. So if you look at those videos back in the earlier part of 2020, they didn't do so well. I guess if I were to compare it to how my channel is doing today, they would probably do on par with how my channel is doing today, but they didn't do so well. And it was really at that point that I started throwing darts at the wall, trying to figure out where I wanted my channel to go. And I think it was more that I just didn't know where this channel was headed. I didn't want to do twin flame videos forever. And in fact, if you've been following me for this entire time, then you know that I've tried to stop or try to morph it or change it or do something different at several reprises in the past 3 years, and it just hasn't panned out. It hasn't worked. It really seems that angelic guidance is kind of throwing me back into coaching twin flames, talking to twin flames, talking about the twin flame journey. Even if I try to get away from it, it still brings me back to this point. So then I had to figure out, well, if spirit wants me to continue to coach twin flames, talk about the spiritual awakening in the twin flame journey, what am I supposed to do with this? Because I don't know if you have noticed, but my channel hasn't been doing great in the realm of views. It hasn't been doing great in the realm of subscribers. And so when I look at that, I'm like, clearly there's something not happening here. There's some message that's not getting across here. Even as late as 6 months ago, I started looking at other YouTube channels that cater to twin flames, and I saw that an astonishing number of them were doing uniquely DM to DF messages, DM to DF videos. And in fact, I would say a majority of the very, very popular channels that talk about twin flames are doing some version of a divine masculine message to their divine feminine, whether it's through channeling, cards, talking about it, messages, whatever it happens to be. But those are the ones that are getting the most views. Those are the ones that are most popular. Now, I'm telling you this for a reason, so please do follow me. I'm not comparing myself to anybody else. I'm just telling you this to show you my direction. And so for me, it's really important that somehow the messages that I receive get out to an audience, because if I don't have an audience, then those messages aren't getting out. And so I was thinking 6 months ago, 5 months ago, 4 months ago, I was thinking, well, if I do more DM to DF videos, then I'm going to get more audience. And if I get more audience, then I can teach more about twin flames from a coaching perspective. And before I went to the Unleash the Power Within weekend with Tony Robbins, something in me says this doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. But even in that not feeling right, I could not pinpoint where I felt that I was meant to go on my YouTube channel. If DM to DF videos just don't feel right to me, I couldn't figure out, okay, well, what am I supposed to do with this? I obviously can't deviate too much from the topic because my angels want me here. Spirit wants me here. I could just tell you stories, but I keep getting thrown back into twin flame coaching, even if I don't want to do it. And it's not that I don't love you guys. I truly do love you guys. It's just that I am a spiritual teacher first and foremost, teaching spiritual concepts, not necessarily twin flame concepts uniquely. And so I felt that I was closing myself off to other people that might be on the spiritual journey. And I didn't think that was fair for other people to not hear spiritual coaching. So I went to Florida, West Palm Beach, Florida, to be exact. And I had this ticket that I bought way back in 2020 that I was not able to use until this year. And I really didn't think in my head, right? Resistance. I really didn't think that I was going to get a whole lot out of the event because it was my third time attending the event, even though every time I've gotten something out of the event. But, I was a little bit like, I don't want to have to travel all the way to Florida and, get jet lagged and go into this event. But I will tell you right now, guys, it was the best thing that happened to me this year. the absolute best thing that happened to me this year, because I was there and I was open. And that's the thing that I would highly recommend you do, is that if you're thrown into a situation, just be open. Just be open to learning something. And so I was open. I brought a journal. I journaled everything. I did all the exercises they ask you to do, and I participated fully. And one thing that I really desire is to consider myself successful on my YouTube channel. It's only my measure of success for myself. I'm not comparing myself to any other YouTuber or any other person, because everybody's measure of success is completely different. But up until now, for my measures of success, I have not felt successful on my YouTube channel. And so one of my goals was that I want to feel successful on my YouTube channel. And what will it take for me to feel that success? And so I battled with that, getting rid of my limiting beliefs all weekend, confronting my limiting beliefs. And then there was this final lecture, and it was the last day, and I had to leave early the last day. I was flying out of another city. It was the woman who founded It Cosmetics. Her name is Jamie. I think it's Jamie Kern Lima, or Lima Kern. Sorry if I'm messing it up. But she was a founder of It Cosmetics, and she told her story as a woman who created a product because she was suffering from rosacea. And she created a product because there was no other makeup on the market that covered up the redness of rosacea. And she spent 3 years trying to convince people in the makeup industry, in the cosmetic industry, in the beauty industry to sell her product. And for 3 years, every single door was shut in her face. And she began to doubt herself. And she says, I know I have a good product. I know women who have skin like mine could benefit from this. And the cosmetic industry was run by a lot of men. And the cosmetic industry was run by the CEOs and heads of companies that were men, telling women how makeup should be sold. And it was at that point that I had my epiphany, the epiphany I had been waiting for the entire weekend. No, I stand corrected. The epiphany I have been waiting for since the beginning of 2020. I'm getting teared up here because it was so important to me that this came through. And I was really surprised at the moment at which it came through, because it was totally unexpected. But my epiphany was, I need to cater to women, to divine feminines who are going through a spiritual awakening, who are the divine feminine, to make them feel empowered in their lives, empowered in their choices to be with their twin flame, not be with their twin flame, be in their marriage, not be in their marriage, be in their job, find a new job, start a new career, start a whole business if you want to. But the reason why turning my channel into a channel that only does DM to DF videos or DM to DF messages, the reason why it didn't feel right is because it's not something that I teach. It's not something that I coach. It's not something that I tell my one-on-one clients. It's not even something that I tell my friends who are twin flames. And in this book, and this is the second twin flame book I wrote, this one, Twin Flame Union, 7 Keys to a Healthy Twin Flame Journey. In this book, I teach empowerment. I teach that in order to be happy and fulfilled, you must first find happiness and fulfillment in yourself. You must first feel empowered within yourself. And if you don't do that, none of this matters. None of it matters. The whole twin flame journey does not matter. And the reason why it didn't feel right to do all these DM to DF videos and just focus my channel on that is because it leaves the focus on the outside of you. It places all of the focus on your divine masculine twin flame, leaving none of that focus on yourself. And that is the wrong direction to be going in. I will tell you that from firsthand experience. It is the wrong direction. It doesn't even feel right. If you're watching this and you're just 6 months into the journey, a year into the journey, or even a year and a half into the journey, you might think that what I am saying is total BS. You might be thinking, of course it matters. Well, I was in that place too. For so long, I was in that place. And I didn't feel better until I placed the focus back on myself and my own sense of empowerment. And even if you are placing the focus back on yourself and you've been coached by someone else to tell you to do that, a lot of these coaches or whomever you're being coached by, they do that with the end result being getting back together with your twin flame. And I'm telling you right now, that cannot be your end result. Your end result needs to be empowerment for empowerment. Empowerment for the sake of empowerment, because taking your power back is liberating. Once you are liberated, once you are free, you can do whatever you want with your life. You're no longer a prisoner to your fears. You're no longer a prisoner to the back and forth of this crazy journey. And you know as well as I know that if you have a divine destiny, it is going to play out the way it needs to play out no matter what. But I feel I would be lying to you if I told you, go ahead, watch DM to DF videos every single day. That would be a lie, because that's not where you're supposed to be. That is not taking back your power, and it's not living in empowerment. So where does that lead me to in my channel? Well, everything's changing. The branding is changing. I'm writing a new book, and I'll tell you the title soon. Not yet, but soon. I'm renaming my channel. Everything is changing. So to that end, just like someone who is addicted to alcohol or chocolate, I'm going to wean you off certain things very gently. Because yes, sometimes it's nice to get the read on the divine masculine. Sometimes it's nice. But if you stick with me, I'll teach you how to do that on your own. So you don't have to rely on other videos to tell you that. So I'm going to gently wean you off the DM to DF videos. So we'll start with maybe once a week, and at the end, it might be once a month. We're going to do a lot more divine feminine power tarot readings. The twin flame union update is going to happen once a month, starting December. Once a month, that's it. None of this every single week, once a month. And there will be a lot more coaching style videos, which are going to help you to be empowered as a woman. And I say as a woman because this channel is going to be catered toward women. Those who were born as girls and who are women today. And this is nothing against men. I love men. I love men. I have so many men in my life who I absolutely adore. I have 3 boys, right? So I love men. I have most of my friends are men. So this is nothing against men. This is a transcendence into the age of the divine feminine. So as we transcend into the age of the divine feminine, us as women, we have to know how to rise up in our divine power. And there's no guidebook for that. This is totally different from feminism. It's very different. And in my new book that's upcoming, you'll get the explanation of why as well. I hope you're not too shocked. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun with this. And you know what's more is that since this channel is becoming a channel for women to teach them how to become empowered in themselves, it's going to open it up to a lot more women that are not just twin flames, but who have embarked upon a spiritual awakening that kind of came out of left field. Because there are a lot of people out there who have been awakened spiritually, not through a twin flame connection, but just because there's a shift. There's a shift and more people are awakening as a result of this shift. And if you don't understand what it's like to be a woman in the divine feminine power, it can be really confusing and anxiety provoking. And I will be there every step of the way to help you discover this new you, this new empowered self that you are becoming. And I truly believe that that's the best way that I can serve you. And so now we have it. We have a direction for this channel. Whew, that took a long time. I'll tell you, it took a long time to finally have this direction, but I'm excited for the upcoming changes. I have someone working on the new branding, so hopefully you'll see that in the coming weeks. The other changes are coming very soon, very, very soon. I'll still continue to do the live streams for a time, right? For a time. That might shift and change too, but for a time, we'll still do the live streams. And for the men who come to my channel and who have been in my channel, look, there's gonna be some stuff for you too, but sorry to say, a majority is gonna be catered toward women, but you are always welcome to watch. Encourage your women friends who are awakening to join this forum as well. So I wanna thank you so much for being here, and thank you for those of you that have remained faithful to the channel. I totally appreciate it, and you know I do. That's the news, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. Thanks for hitting the subscribe button. Click on the bell, scroll up to all, give the video a thumbs up, and you guys know what to do to support the channel. And I will see you in the next video.